Welcome to the Integrated Leader Podcast. I'm Lauren Marie, and today we're continuing our series on how to manage projects using the DISC model. Yesterday, we talked about a high D, the drivers who get things done fast. Today, we're shifting gears to high I's, the energetic, big idea people who love brainstorming, but sometimes struggle to follow through. If you have a high I on your team, you already know they bring enthusiasm, creativity, and motivation. But you also know that they can be easily distracted, forget deadlines, and overpromise. So how do you delegate effectively and get updates without feeling like a babysitter? Let's dive in. A high I thrives when work is engaging, collaborative, and exciting. They are motivated by enthusiasm and big picture thinking, but they tend to struggle with follow through if they lose interest. If a project feels too rigid, they may disengage. And if the details become overwhelming, they might jump to something else that feels more fun. Instead of simply assigning them a task, give them a chance to put their creative spin on it. Rather than saying, I need you to complete this report, try saying, I love your creative spin on this. How do you see it coming together? This approach makes them feel like they are contributing something unique rather than just completing a task. It's also important to set clear expectations and check in before they get too far off track. Instead of telling them to get something done by next week and assuming they will stay on top of it, say, I need this by Friday at noon. Let's check in on Wednesday to make sure it's still on track. This keeps the deadline in focus without overwhelming them. High I's can sometimes get stuck if a task feels too big. So breaking it into smaller steps will help them stay engaged and productive. If they only see the big picture, they may get excited about the vision but struggle with execution. Breaking things down into actionable steps makes it easy for them to follow through. When checking in with a high I and to get updates, it's important to keep things engaging and positive. If updates feel like a tedious obligation, they might avoid them altogether. Start by celebrating what they have accomplished so far. If you know they've made progress, acknowledge it before asking about the next step. Instead of simply saying, did you finish that yet? Try saying, I saw you made great progress on the first part. Where are we with the next step? This keeps them feeling motivated instead of defensive. High I's work best when they feel like they are contributing to something exciting. So keeping check-ins light and conversational will help them stay engaged. A fast 5-minute check-in is often more effective than a long meeting, which can feel like unnecessary structure to them. Using visual tools like progress boards, dashboards, or checklists can help keep them on track. They tend to process information visually, and seeing their progress laid out in a fun, interactive way will help them stay focused. High I's are sensitive to criticism. So if they start falling behind, approach it in a way that keeps them feeling like part of the team rather than pointing out what they did wrong. Tie their work back to the big picture. For example, saying, your ideas are key to making this work. Can we count on you to bring this home? Makes them feel like they are an essential part of the team rather than just someone completing a task. Since high I's thrive on encouragement, recognizing their successes will reinforce good habits. If they hit a goal or complete something on time, acknowledge this progress and it will keep them motivated. High I's do their best work when they are engaged and excited. Checking in should be quick, positive, and structured in a way that keeps them feeling motivated rather than micromanaged. They need accountability, but it should be framed in a way that keeps them feeling encouraged. If they understand how their work connects to the bigger picture and feel valued for their contributions, they will be much more likely to stay on track. That's it for today's episode. If you found this helpful, subscribe and share it with another leader who could use it. Tomorrow, we're talking about how to manage a high S in a project. High S's are steady, dependable, and focused on keeping the teams in harmony. However, they sometimes hesitate with change and struggle to make quick decisions. Don't miss it. Thanks for tuning in to the Integrated Leader Podcast. See you next time.